versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. That's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. That's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job just how I should. I feel it all, I'm feeling numb, I lost my soul, it's on the run. I need a spark, I need some fun, I'm in the dark, like what's to come. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. That's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. That's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job just how I should. It's me versus me, it's you and I. The time is now, it's do or die. I chose my path, no choosing sides. I'll take what comes, hit for the ride. I'm that guy, no more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. Yeah, yeah, I'm that guy. No more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. I'm that guy. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. That's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. That's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job just how I should. standing by your side, with my heart on high drive. I'll do what it takes to make you believe. With my heart on high drive, we do what we want, but when I'm free, with our hearts on hyperdrive.
Yo, week number 4 of the Forza Spec Racing Series, season number 3. Ready to get going. Suzuka, Bernese Alps, coming right up. Let's get it started. Hello, race fans! Welcome to X Adventure here live on Twitch TV. I'm Dustin Moore, and I am a racer. Well, at least I have been here in season number 53 of the Forza Spec Racing Series in the G65, or the G-Wagon, the Mercedes-Benz SUV. And it's been good, at least for the last 2 weeks. Week number 1 was a very sketchy start. As a matter of fact, I didn't even really get to start. We raced like 7 laps around the Bugatti circuit at Le Mans before my internet just completely crapped out. But I'm now coming to you live at a beautiful 5,000 kilobits per second. I've knocked that down a little bit just so that we can leave some bandwidth for the multiplayer. But we should be all good to go. 2 weeks, week 2, week 3 in the bag. Now we got week number 4, Suzuka in the rain. Thanks, Barney. And then the Bernese Alps, thanks to whoever is responsible for that one. I really, really do not like the Bernese Alps. So let's go ahead and take a look at the standings entering week number 4, the penultimate week here of season 53. LS Subaru atop the leaderboard. It's very strange. Very, very strange seeing LS Subaru up at the top without those 3 additional points. Not 200 points, you say? No. LS Subaru, 197. Entering week number 4, Audrex 189, Fear the Fun 175, and as you can see there, Fear the Fun highlighted in gold, picking up 2 first place finishes in week number 3, both out at the Top Gear Test Track Outer Loop and the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Congratulations again there, Fear the Fun, up into P3 on that overall leaderboard. 2 points ahead of Slow Motion Fire there in 4th. Yours truly, that is I, the Shadow Edge, 154 points, sitting not so comfortably in the top 5 right there on the fringe. 154 to Modern Weapons, 153. Midnight Rider at 130, 128 there for Patches. Riley Skinny at 124. And DeBronham, 124. You can see our drivers there on the right-hand side. If you're interested in participating in the Forza Spec Racing Series, and I certainly hope you will, Slaps Vela, head on over to reddit.com/r/FM4 to get the information, everything you need to know about at least this season. If you'd like to race in the finale here, the G-Wagon Season 53 finale 1 week from tonight, then by all means, go let the Forza Spec Racing Series folks know. That would be Slow Motion Fire, Fear the Fun, or Modern Weapon. And I'm sure they can accommodate you. I'm sure they could accommodate you. Season 54, folks, is right around the corner, and that could be, should be, may very well be the last Forza Spec Racing Series season in Forza Motorsport 7. Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule here for Season 53, because I told you we've got our finale 1 week from tonight. But before we get there, like I'd mentioned, Suzuka in the rain for 12 laps, followed by the Bernese Alps Festival circuit in reverse. I don't care what circuit it is. I don't care which direction it's going. It's all bad to me. 15 laps around that Bernese Alps track. Then we've got Le Mans. That's the Circuit de la Sarthe there for 20 laps. 1 week from tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on X Adventure. Yes, I am a participant here in Season 53. I'm actually pretty happy with where I'm at right now. I only wish week number 1 had worked out better for me. Week number 4 here, I did not practice. So I'm a little terrified. I might be terrified and terrified about how this is all going to shape out for me. But I said that last week, and look where I'm at. Yeah, exactly. Hashtag Team No Practice. Host it for 4 hours earlier, and I'll show up every race as slaps. Fair enough. Yeah, I know it doesn't work for everybody in all parts of the world. It sure does not, but glad you're able to tune in here for a little bit and feel bad for me and be embarrassed for me here in just a moment. I'm not sure. The G-Wagon on rain slicks, we'll see how that works out. It's the Bernese Alps track, though, that has me shivering in my boots if I were wearing boots, because it's a track that I've never liked. Never liked. We've got Ghibli Giblets here in the chat. Slaps Vela, Slow Motion Fire. And who else? LS Subaru is here earlier in the broadcast. If you are watching the channel at this very moment and you see the chat there on the side of the screen, or perhaps below, if you're on mobile, then by all means, drop a hello there in the chat. Maybe let me know what you think here. What might happen in week number 4. There's DWM Frog. Hello, Frog. You can go back to lurk mode, I promise you. But if you want to say hi and let us know that you're here present and that you're not just a bot tallying to the total viewer count, then please do, and I'll be happy to say hello to you, and I won't make a big deal out of it. You can go back to lurking, and then for those of you who might be watching the channel and you enjoy the content as we go out throughout the broadcast here, please click that follow button. It's the very most I ask of the viewers. Lets me know that you're enjoying your time here. Makes it easier for you to find the channel moving forward. And gosh darn it, if you want to get rid of those ads, because they're pesky, I know, and there's nothing I can do about it. I've told Twitch, don't run ads. Pre-rolls, end rolls, middle rolls, whatever the rolls are, Hawaiian rolls, don't run the ads. I'll run them myself. So if you want to get rid of those pesky ads during the broadcast, then a subscription, of course, that's a little bit above and beyond the follow. A subscription here to the channel will ensure that you don't see those ads here during the broadcast. And of course, every bit of the proceeds that come my way after Twitch takes their generous cut get reinvested right back into the broadcast. If I happen to make it to 39 subscribers here between now and the end of the month of August, 39 happens to be the age I will be turning here in 2023, then I will do a Lego DeLorean Back to the Future broadcast right here on the channel if you want to watch me put together a DeLorean. All right, let's get to the racing action as Slow Motion Fire tells us it's time to go, Dustin. Let's rock and roll. Let's set a clean lap time here on the standing start. Lap number 1 of 3 here in qualifying. Dream of qualification. That sounded like a bad word in the middle of there. I really meant qualification. Oh boy. Oh boy. It was a day. It was a day for me today. So my apologies if I'm a little out there. I got to try to concentrate at least a bit here to try to get a clean qualifying time. Suzuka here in Japan. There's the Ferris wheel. As we make our way through the S's. There are so many S's. We put all these S's here. And now here we go down the hill a little bit. Oh, there goes, that's going to be Joan Sprocket. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Oh, spinning around, and there goes me into the, I was going to say the kitty litter. It's more like, at this point, all soggy. The beach, into the beach sand I go, making sandcastles. Well, there goes one clean qualifying time. Out the window. I don't look a day over 50. Well, gee, I hope not. I sure hope I don't, because I'm not there yet. I'm not there quite yet. Inching closer. Anybody. Ooh, sliding it out a little bit. We'll do some sort of special stream here in the month of August, or coming up in the month of August. Just got to get it on the schedule. I know we're doing it. I just got to get it on the schedule. Underneath the Panasonic signage we go, here down the straightaway that leads us back to the front of the track toward the start-finish line. We've got this very tricky left-hander here. Let's see how the G-Wagon handles it. Should have been a little bit closer there to the rumble strip on the inside at the apex. I missed that. And now one more chicane before we cross the start-finish line. Ooh, a little bit of lag within the lobby here, it seems. All right, let's go. Clean qualifying lap right here. It shouldn't be dirty. Coming off that final quadrant, or not quadrant, but section, we'll see. It is. I am still dirtied. All right, well, let's try to post our best dirty lap here, and then got to try to pin down a clean lap next time by. I guess maybe through the chicane I was a little bit too far outside the white line. I didn't think I was, but apparently I was. What will go wrong, what can go wrong, will go wrong. Yeah, and that's the thing here, too. I was able to get a clean qualifying time out on the Bugatti circuit. Maybe I didn't. But all of the races so far, I've had to work my way up through the field because of my dirtied qualifying antics. That was a dirtied, what was that time there on lap number 1? Well, we'll never know. Oh, there it is, 240.4 for me there on the standing start. Oh, here we come through the horseshoe. Oh my gosh. Are we sure? Are we sure they put the rain slicks on? Because I swear I'm all over the place. We got the G-Wagon here, the G65, B600 here in Forza Spec, the Forza Spec Racing Series, Forza Motorsport 7. Who's excited for the new Forza? The new Forza Motorsport, raise your hand in the chat. I am cautiously optimistic. I'm a little worried about the whole build, not bought car system, car upgrade system. We'll see. Nice to drive a car with such an impressive racing pedigree. I know. I have LS Subaru to blame for this. I was like, hey, Subaru, can we get like a Mazda Cup car? Can we do something that resembles, maybe, you know, weekend amateurish racing? And he's like, yeah, sure, here's a G65. That'll put you in your comfort zone. All right, back toward the start-finish line here. We got to get this clean lap. It's going to be a dirtied, what do we got here? A 234 maybe? 35? 34.5. All right, clean. Got to get that cleanness here. Well, that almost ruined it. We're still good. We're still clean, but that was a terrible entry into turn number 1. Terrible. It's terrible, as Charles Barkley would say. It's terrible, Dustin. Yeah, and through the S is a bit wonky here, too. I don't know what my issue is. What's your major malfunction, man? I don't know. Keep it between the white line. We're good. All right. So far, so good. Yeah, who's racing on Fear's account? I know. That's what I'm wondering. We suspected it was you. But if it's not you, Slaps, then who? AMS Storm? Or Storm? I don't believe Storm is with AMS any longer. All right, let's try to salvage this here. This is not, it's a clean lap still, but it's not a fast clean lap by any stretch of the imagination. But if I can qualify in the top 6, be in row 3, I'll be happy with that. Anything other than working my way up from 9th or 10th, I think 9th is where I've kind of repetitively been for the start of these races following an abysmal qualifying session. All right, here's where we got to be careful with it. The racing pedigree of the G65, not necessarily able to take that corner at full gusto like maybe most racing machines can. And oh gosh, almost late braking. Well, it was late braking. Chat. We're doing it again. Slapsvella says, if the driving is good in the next Forza, I'll tolerate almost whatever silly retention mechanics they throw at me. That's fair. That's fair. It'll be a little bit of a pain in the rear end if for community-based leagues, if there's this upgrade system or this progression system per vehicle that is mandatory. Versus just being able to, you know, upgrade your car for community league purposes. They don't know, Slaps. Oh. So Big J Bishop has recruited the man of the triangles, the many triangles, to take the wheel here in season 54. Well, there we go. I'm at the back because the last stinking corner of the S, all I had to do was keep 2 wheels within the white lines to get that clean lap time, no matter how slow. But there I go, getting 3. I kept the front left wheel on the track. The back right, or the back left wheel ended up outside the white line, and it looked like maybe I'm in the 11th position. Terrible, terrible. I can't stand it. We're going to have to fix that at some point here. A 223.3 there for Audrex. LS Subaru with a 229.3. That's going to be good enough for, oh, I don't know, say row number 2? Row number 1. Row number 1, but opposite of Fear the Fun, who will start on pole with a 229.2. Congratulations there, Fear the Fun. Yours truly with a dirty 234. Going to have to do a lot of work here. Again. Enraged Barney racing with us. Rightfully so, being the one who picked the Suzuka track in the rain. 230.220. Soul Motion Fire with a 232.3. DeBronham with a 234.185. A dirtied 234.4 double ot there for Patches Riley. Born as Ghost with a 231.451. Cuda 93 with a dirty 232. Got Midnight Rider with a 234.8. Modern Weapon 234.8. And Jode Sprocket with a 239.6. 13 drivers. I swear we had 14 in the lobby there for a moment, but well, and we do. We've got 14 who are in the lobby right now. It appears that Skinny was unable to make it for qualifying, but will be on the track here for racing. 14 drivers in the lobby at this point, which is great. That's above our average for the season thus far. It's right around the average for the amount of drivers we've had over the last, 10 seasons or so. Dropping down a little bit, but good to see that we've got ourselves a pretty healthy lobby here tonight. Again, let's go ahead and take a look at those standings entering week number 4. Now, this takes into account the drop week rule. So while this says the official standings through week 3, this is just counting the best 2 weeks of each driver. 197 there for Subaru. Audrex at 189. Fear the Fun trying to go back to back here. Carrying that momentum or using that momentum from week number 3 to try to get a win here at Suzuka. Going to start on pole. 175 there for Fear the Fun in the top 3. Then you've got Slow Motion Fire at 173. Yours truly at 154, just out in front of Modern Weapon at 153. 130 for Midnight Rider. 128 there for Patches. Skinny at 124, tied with DeBronham. Again, if you'd like to participate in the Forza Spec Racing Series, head on over to reddit.com/r/FM4. Even if you're not planning to be here for the finale 1 week from tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, because, well, why would you if you haven't raced up to this point? That's fine. But at least introduce yourself and say, hey, I'd like to race in Season 54. Please keep that in mind. And then when the registration opens up for Season 54, which should happen in about, 4.5 weeks or so, then you'll be all ready to go. You'll have your introduction. The folks will know you. They'll be expecting you. You finish completing the short little form that they have just to kind of make sure they understand who's who's joining, where they're from. I don't even think they ask you where you're from, but really just understanding what your gamer tag is. So if you're inquiring about participating using Twitch or Reddit or whatever channel it is you use, if your gamer tag happens to be different, you provide your gamer tag and all that fun stuff, and then that way they expect you in the lobby come race day. And of course, it's a league where if you can't be there for every race, that's quite all right. Race what you can. Just know that when we head into the new Forza Motorsport, if there are people vying for spots in the lobby, if the lobbies fill up, then there will be a first come, first served process. All right, here we go. We're ready to go racing, says Slow Motion Fire. I will wait patiently. I will not go on the countdown. We got to wait for our pole sitter, Fear the Fun, to make movement. Then the rest of us are free to go. Kick the tires, light the fires. Season number 53, week number 4, race number 7 is underway here out at Suzuka in the rain. And here we are, 14 cars charging into turn number 1. Skinny, who was back there behind me for the start, now up to 12th position, as I have dropped all the way back thanks to my dirty qualifying time. I have a lot of ground to make up. Closing in quickly there on the back bumper of Skinny, able to make, able to avoid any contact. Trying to commentate while I'm racing sometimes makes the words go bleh. Even when I'm not racing, many times the words go bleh. Closing in now on CUDA 93 here in 11th position with the school bus livery. Oh my gosh. So many instances where I feel like I'm about ready to go off the track. And there I did. We got a lot of racing to do. I got a lot of catching up to do. So I got to close the gap quickly here on the top 10. And just like that, getting around CUDA 93 now. Rolling up onto Born as Ghost and Modern Weapon, 10th and 9th respectively through the hairpin. Midnight Rider up there in 8th position. In 7th, I don't know. See a little bit of blue in the sky there. We obviously have the rain still falling at the moment, but we'll see if maybe that lets up as we go throughout the race. That would be nice. A little rain relief. There we go, closing in on Modern Weapon. So the goal here today, finish in front of Modern Weapon. I can't stress that enough. If I want to hold my top 5 position on the overall leaderboard, I gotta stay out in front of Modern Weapon, who is just 1 point behind me on that overall leaderboard. We're gonna run wide here with Midnight Rider, loop it back down onto the track, and now here we go into the chicane. The chicane that ruined me on my qualifying lap. Unable to get a clean qualifying time. That's the reason I'm having to work my way through the field. And now here we go across the line, right on the back bumper of Midnight Rider. Or excuse me, Modern Weapon. Gonna peek over here just to see where we're at. Hit the brakes a little bit. Look to the inside. There goes the car spinning off here at turn number 1, and now to the inside of Modern Weapon I go, and up to 9th position is yours truly now with Midnight Rider in 8th, Born as Ghost in 7th, Patches Riley up there in 6th position, and now here we go around Midnight Rider. Gonna gain another spot. I did not see who that was that went sliding through turn number 1. But I don't much care at the moment. Making moves, chat. Making moves. Not the way I would prefer it to be. I would rather have started much further up and then possibly make moves higher up in the field. But right now, in P8, we're in front of Modern Weapon, which is good, again, for the final, for the overall point tally. And now as we close in on Born as Ghost, let's see if we can't make a pass here on this lap. Much better through the hairpin was Born as Ghost. Patches Riley now going to have to play a little defense. It looks like maybe Patches, perhaps a tire or two off into the grass there. Able to make a recovery, keep the G-Wagon on the tarmac, but here comes Born as Ghost looking to the inside of Patches. Through Spoon. Spoon. Oh! I upshifted twice. Upshifted twice. All right, here we go. Look at that. Nearly side by side, but not quite. As Born as Ghost has to go ahead and just hang out on the back bumper there of Patches. Oh, that was a good run. Maybe not the quickest. I probably could have gone a little bit quicker, but a good line through that corner. All right, let's go. Let's go. Close that gap. Look out for that wall. How did when they developed or produced this track, how did they not QA that wall jutting out onto the track like that? It's such a weird thing to overlook. And there goes Patches onto the high side here at turn number 1. Looks like he was able to stay on the runoff area. But that's going to allow me to close the gap here, and it looks like we've got maybe P5 just up ahead. Is that slow motion fire? There goes Patches Riley up onto a couple of wheels. How about them acrobatics there by the number 12 car? Looking to the outside here of Patches. Got the Lewis Hamilton livery going there on the G65. Come on, keep it going, keep it going. Curious who that is in 5th. They are, looks like they're pretty well off pace. I think it is Slow Motion Fire. Looks like Fear the Fun out in front by 13 whole seconds. Well done, Fear the Fun right now. Oh, did our rain, has our rain let up a little bit? It's still falling, but maybe not as heavily. Oh, and oh my gosh. Born as Ghost now on a tear here after getting around Patches Riley. Back up to Spoon here on lap number 3 of 12. Racing just to the end of lap 12. Despite what you see in the upper right. All right. Focus, focus. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Look who it is. Look who it is. None other than my leaderboard nemesis, Modern Weapon. That was a pretty good run. Once again. Much better through the S's there, although Modern Weapon closes the gap quickly. Woo! Oh, it's going to be a sweaty race, chat. It's going to be a sweaty race. Okay, I feel like I'm much quicker there through turn 1 than in past laps. And here we go, looking at maybe the inside of Patches, a little tap there, letting him know that I'm here. Now to the inside. Look at this, watch this. Oh, tried it again. Tried it again, there's Modern Weapon right on my back bumper. Come on, I gotta get around Patches. Patches! Looking to the outside, oh, look out. That's going to be grass if I go too heavily through that corner. It's going to be grass either way. And now Modern Weapon makes a move. And so like that, Modern now up to P8. Put me back into P9. Dang it. And it looks like we got 10th back there. Oh, we're closing in, though, on 6 and 5. Yeah, my exit out of the hairpin is not great. I'm able to get the tires to grip. My gearing isn't as solid. All right, through Spoon here, lap number 4. Don't want to make a mistake. Plenty of opportunities still to gain position here. It's going to be a matter of consistency, and who knows, when the track dries up a little bit, might be opportunities there as well. Got to keep it close, though. Don't let Modern Patches out of sight. And, oh, it's going to be a double pass. There goes Modern Weapon. Yours truly around Patches Riley. A twofer. Well, not a twofer for me, but a negative twofer there for Patches. Modern now up to 7th. I'm up to 8th. Patches back to 9th. And into turn number 1 we go here for lap number 5. Hunker down, and now let's go. Let's go through the S's. Come on. Oh, running a little wide. Modern Weapon seems to have done the same as the back tires kind of slide out underneath the G65, but able to keep the vehicle moving forward. Oh, into the grass a little bit. There I go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Come on. Ease up. Ease up. I got a better line. And come on. Come on. Oh, I got a little snap. I snapped the front wheels over. Now here comes Patches. Patches is not giving up easily. Looking to stay in the picture. There goes Modern Weapon wide through the horseshoe. Horseshoe, hairpin, whichever. Whatever your preferred U is. Yeah, I shouldn't have been that far down on the entrance to that little dog leg there. Had to come off the accelerator a bit. There goes Modern Weapon onto the curbing, which is going to makes his G65 a little squirrely, and at least for now, here we go, side by side, down the straightaway, underneath the Panasonic signage. And let's see here as we line it up for the kink here. Yeah, there we go. Get a little defensive maneuvering going as I ride up. Oh, onto the corner and now through the. Yeah, I'm gonna have to slow down for that. That was a cut through the S. So I'll let both of them go. Can't do that. Can't do that. You got to take that S corner. You can't cut through. That's a no-go. That's a no bueno. Oh, my gosh. Dude. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me clear my mind here and focus. We got still more than half the race remaining. Don't ruin it now. Don't ruin it now. Especially with Kuda now closing in. Gave up 2 positions there. Don't need to give up a 3rd. Woo, that was close. Come on. Oh my gosh, Kuda! Chill, dude! Oh, there goes Patches Riley off into the grass. Gonna try to. Oh my gosh! What a re-entry. And now off into the grass again. A little bit of contact there on the driver's side door panel of Patches Riley. Patches Riley now drops back to 10th. Kuda moves up to 9th. I'm in 8th. Now trying to chase down Modern Weapon again. I need to be in front of Modern Weapon. If I finish out in front of anybody, it has to be Modern Weapon. Even if I'm in 13th and Modern is 14th, I'll take that. But I have to be out in front of Modern Weapon. Just 1 point ahead of Modern at this point on the overall leaderboard entering week number 4. Back down this straightaway, and it looks like, well, the rain is still falling. But again, maybe not as heavy. Not that that really had an impact. Oh, we got a. Who's that? Is that slow motion fire? In 6th? I think it might be. A little sloppy there coming through the S, the chicane, and now across the line. Beginning of lap number 7. Ooh, quite low there on the entry to turn 1, and as a result, back end, oh, slidey here. And now let's see if we can't clean it up in the S's. Well, that's not a good start. That's not good either. Come on. Sort it out. Sort it out. What am I doing? Come on. Let's get it together. Can't finish out in front of Modern like that. Looks like LS Subaru now out in front, trying to put an end to that streak of a couple of races there without a victory. There goes Kuda again, a little bit wide here on the entry to Spoon. Allows us to kind of close in a little bit. Whew. Well, this isn't looking good. This isn't looking good right now. This is not where I want to be or need to be. Good run that time. I'm still not braking correctly there at the start of the chicane. Don't have the right angle. Not a right angle, but you know, the correct approach. I want those 3 positions out in front of me. Come on. You can do this. Want those 3 spots. Let's go. Come on. Come on. If I go quiet here, it's because I'm concentrating. I'm actually trying to do good. Ugh, sloppy. Come on! That camera distracted me there for a second. Go, go, go. The little G-Wagon that could. Come on, push, push, push. Oh my, that's not good. That's not good. Well, we are closing in on, let's see, whoever's in 7th. I think that would be, not sure at this point. But 7th is falling back. There goes Kuda a little wide. There we go. That's a bit better, although the exit not so much. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Catch up. Catch up. Lap number 9 of 12. 4 laps to go. Try to nail this here. Come on. Get it clean. Stay clean. Keep it clean. That's not born. I think maybe it's slow motion fire. Oh gosh, whoever it is, they're up in the grass now. Might that be? Is that fear? Yeah, whoever's in 7th right now is falling back quick. Oh, it's Modern Weapon! Come on! Get him! Yeah! At least for now, back around Modern Weapon, up to 8th position. That's what I need. Oh my gosh, this is going to be some kind of race here between me and Modern. Oh, and there goes, is that slow? That's slow motion fire. Well wide through Spoon. Come on, let's get, if I can get, like I said, guys, I wanted 3. I wanted to make 3 of those moves. Sure, 3 passes. Trying to concentrate and talk at the same time. It's not working very well. Oh, it actually looks like it's getting cloudier. Looks like the rain is getting worse at this point. There we go. There we go. Come on, close in. Close in. Let's get 7th. Let's get 7th, chat. There we go. Come on. Secure it. Now let's go get slow. Oh, yeah, it's... Chat, we've got heavier rain. There are bigger puddles. The risk of hydroplaning now is significant. There goes slow motion fire. Perhaps a victim of that. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get 6th. Oh. I should have been much cleaner there. Here comes Cuda 93, and I'm going to be heading off into the grass if I don't save it. I did save it. Cuda 93 is off into the grass as a result of me having to slow down there. Yeah, follow me at your own risk. There goes slow wide. I followed slow. I paid attention to slow's braking, which almost put me in the exact same predicament. Fortunately for slow, was able to make a pretty quick recovery out of the hairpin, and now here we go. Lap 10 of 12. 2.5 laps remaining. Look out for these puddles. Oh my gosh, the blipping of the throttle is real. The blipping of the throttle is so real. Maximum blippage. No, 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 no. Come on, come on. I'm driving quickly, not to just try to catch slow motion fire, but to try to stay out in front here and at least secure P7. Again, staying out in front of Modern Weapon for the purposes of the championship point situation. Slow Motion Fire now, who I battled strongly out at Bugatti circuit in week number 1 before my internet just died. And now here we are once again. There goes Slow Motion Fire, gets the back end a little bit loose. Side by side, out of the S's, coming up to the right-hander. Yes! Up to P7 for now. Oh my. Ran that much wider than I anticipated. Oh, I'm in P6? I'm in P6, chat. I forgot. That was P6, not 7. Ooh. Get it together. Oh, gosh, the headlamps are coming on now. It's so dark out here. Out at Suzuka. Lap number 11. Next time by will be the white flag here on this 12-lapper in the rain before we head out to the Bernese Alp circuit for race number 8 here of season 53. I'm trying to commentate while racing. Thankfully, this will not be a thing in season 54. I will retire. I'll be retired after this. Oh, no! Come on! Gosh. Why? Why did I do that? I've had a pretty good run through that corner all race, and I boogered it. Boogered it. Catch him. Catch him. Come on, let's go. Last lap heroics here. Let's get into P6. I would love to be in the top 5, P5, but it looks like P6 is all that is possible at this point. Come on. Catch him. Oh, gotta hit those shift points. Can't miss. Can't miss. And I did again. Just when I was saying I can't miss, I missed. Oh! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Make it upwards. Let's go! Let's go! Chase him down! Chase him down! Don't let him out of reach! There you go! Nice! Oh, he did quite well there. A little sloppy. No! Three corners to go in this battle for 6th position. Oh! That's probably going to ruin it. Yep. Man, okay, well, I finished in front of Modern Weapon. Dang it, if I only had one. Just give me one more lap. Oh. Well done, Slow Motion Fire. Able to hold on to 6th position. I shouldn't I shouldn't have ruined it the way that I did. Slow motion fire in 6th. Born as Ghost going to finish there in 5th position. Enraged Barney, of course, who picked the track, finishes in 4th. And then that leaves, let's see, Audrex, Fear the Fun, and LS Subaru, 3, 2, 1, respectively. Chat, I'm a sweaty mess. I am a sweaty mess. Good racing. Slow motion fire. I'm just really upset that I gave that one up. But then also, good work there by Kuda93. I'm not sure where Modern Weapon is. Did Modern Weapon fall back? Right now, Modern Weapon is showing 13th, but that is... I'm not sure that's exactly where Modern Weapon finished. I'm not positive. But P6 for yours truly. EWM Frog there in the chat saying that was an exciting race. I agree. For at least me in my position, the best that I could have done in that race, that was pretty good racing. I should have, could have, would have finished in P6 if I had not messed up the entry to Spoon there on lap, what was that, lap 10? Lap 11? I think it was lap 10. Crazy, crazy. All right, well, now I really get to test my skill here. Coming up is the Bernese Alps Festival Circuit in reverse. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling a little queasy right now because that's the next track. Hang tight, folks. You're not going to miss anything. I promise you. We're just going to take an intermission. Gives me a chance to get a breather. When we come back, we'll talk to a few drivers in our driver spotlight, get their take on the racing action here. Week number 4, race number 7 now in the books. We'll be heading off to race number 8, the Bernese Alps, for qualifying, and then the 15 laps of racing again. The Alps Festival Circuit in reverse coming up here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Forza Spec Racing Series Season 53 right here live on Twitch TV X Adventure. I'll be right back. Welcome back, X Adventure here live on Twitch TV. I'm Dustin Moore. I told you, I wouldn't lie to you. You didn't miss a thing. We're back here getting ready for qualifying for race number 8 of season 54 here in the Forza Spec Racing Series. But before we do that, let's go ahead and turn on over to our driver's spotlight, where clearly I was not even in the lobby, but now I am. We've got none other than Blame Barney here. You know him as Enraged Barney out there on the track. Picks the Suzuka race in the rain with the G65. Barney, was that everything you hoped for and more, or what?
Well, before I answer that, I gotta ask you, is that what you hoped for?
Yeah, well, I had slow motion fire within reach. I let it slip with a couple of laps remaining there on the entry to Spoon. It was such a terrible mistake in a part of the track where I did not have any issues really for the majority of the race, and then I don't know, I just maybe got too excited about it and let it slip by. Fortunately, though, for me, I finished out in front of Modern Weapon, who is my closest competitor on the overall leaderboard. So all in all, I'm okay with how things went there at Suzuka. But damn you for picking Suzuka. Well, not so much Suzuka. I love the track. It's in the rain that makes it that much more complicated.
The rain makes it so much more fun, though. I mean, I almost passed Audrix at the end because of the heavy rain.
You call it fun. Other people may have other adjectives for it.
To be fair, Fear has fun in his name, so it's more like a fear type of fun.
Sure. If those are the connections that we're making here in your rationale for picking that track in those conditions, then fine. I'll accept it. I believe you finished in 4th position. Is that correct?
Yep, 4th.
4th position, and out in front of you was Audrex. How close were you there to Audrex?
Oh, it was very close throughout the entire race. We were battling like neck and neck for like the first 3 laps. Then I accidentally pushed him off the track in the S's. So we came apart for a little while. He caught back up to me and passed me. But as soon as the heavy rain came in, I ended up being faster than he was. That he got his revenge, pushed me off the track. But by the final lap, I think I was like right on his bumper, crossing the line. So if there was one more lap, that's all I needed. It was one more lap.
Talking with Enraged Barney here in the driver's spotlight, finishing 4th, back behind Audrex. Tell us, you haven't raced at all here in season 53, and you just jump right in. What do you think of the G-Wagon?
I'll be honest, I was expecting so much worse from this car, but somehow I tuned it and it feels great. So, great for a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse.
I'm glad with the race suspension, we're able to bring the vehicle down to the ground pretty dang close for an SUV, so that might be the saving grace for the thing. What about Bernese Alps, though? I'm terrified. We've got a lot of elevation change there, a lot of parts of that track where you can get some speed going, but then you better be on point with your braking, because otherwise you'll either find yourself up into a guardrail or spinning tires through grass. So how confident are you here for race number 8?
Qualifying, I'm a bit nervous. I couldn't set a single clean lap during practice, but for the race, I feel pretty confident. I think since the track limits are wall to wall here, I think I know the best places where I can go wall to wall, and I'll hopefully be able to use that to my advantage.
Okay. All right. Well, Enraged Barney, good job showing up here in week number 4 and finishing in P4. Best of luck to you in qualifying out at the Alps.
Hey, good luck to you, Dustin.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our next driver, ending the streak here after dropping 2 victories there in week number 3 to Fear the Fun. Fear the Fun getting both of the wins in week number 3. Here in week 4, race number 7, LS Subaru, back to where you are normally at. They're in finishing in 1st out at Suzuka in the rain. Thoughts on the race, how that went?
Pretty well, yeah. Took a while to eventually get past Fear the Fun. It was going around the long sweeping right-hander, going into Spoon. That was at around lap 6, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just able to take that corner flat while Fear took a wrong line and had to sacrifice a bit of speed to remain on the track, and I was able to get the overtake going into Spoon.
Um, Talking with LS Subaru here in the driver's spotlight, winning out of Suzuka. Yeah, you mentioned it was quite late in the race there that Fear made a mistake and you were able to get around because with what limited time I had looking there in the bottom left at the leaderboard, Fear the Fun was up there for quite a bit. So here we are at season 54 where you've picked up now just 3 wins, I believe, at this juncture versus Fear the Fun, who may have 2 or 3, at least 2, but maybe even 3 himself. I'm trying to recall. I know you've got some personal, like you've nerfed your own self there. You've done some things with regards to using one tune. You can't do any practice. So what is it about Fear the Fun and his style here that has made him equally competitive to you in season 53? What is it about his style that keeps him neck and neck with you?
I just think people are discounting his skill level. Yeah, he's just putting in the good performances, and that's all I think there is to it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Fear the Fun, as much crap as I give him from time to time, especially since he drops into the driver's spotlight so often with his cheery personality. It's the inconsistency at times that bites him. That he'll have a good run going and then just makes one just really impactful mistake, and that's what turns the tide for him in the race in a bad way. And so if he can hold on to that consistency here in the remaining 2 races, it'll be interesting where he's able to finish on the overall leaderboard. But I was just asking Enraged Barney, about the Bernese Alps. It is a track that I am not fond of whatsoever. What about you, LS Subaru? What are your thoughts on the Bernese Alps, and then in this case the festival circuit in reverse?
I like the Bernese Alps, but I am aware that it is not the best track for racing because it's well, there aren't really many opportunities to overtake, so the only really chances you will get to overtake is if the driver in front of you makes a mistake and or if they make a mistake big enough to where you can just slip right past. But other than that, it's really just following until one person makes a mistake.
Yeah, and if anybody can put on some due stress to anybody when they've got a vehicle in their rear view mirror, that car in your rear view mirror being LS Subaru will probably will put that stress on you. We're out of the rain at least, so you pretty excited about that?
Yeah, should be fun. We'll just have to wait and see.
Any particular corner here on Bernese Alps in the festival circuit, being that you haven't practiced? That's your rule for season 53. Any particular corner on this track that always gives you a hard time?
I wouldn't be able to tell you because it has been quite a while since I've raced around here.
You should have just said, yeah, turn 1 gets me every time. Just simple. We wouldn't have known any better.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Well, it'll be interesting too, because this track is a bit notorious for allowing vehicles to get a bit airborne. So, sure, you may not know because of your unfamiliarity with what circuit we're on, and of course not having practiced, but is your car, your G65, okay with getting a little airborne and coming back down on the suspension?
If I take it at the right angle, then it should be fine.
Okay.
Just like Maple Valley, if you take it at the right line,
Yeah.
the airtime will be fine. But if you don't take it right, then you're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time. That indeed, I forgot about that, but you're absolutely correct. Out at Maple Valley, gosh, what would that have been? A week? Was that last week or week number 2? Either way, we were getting the G65, as hard as it is to believe, up in the air. So we'll see if that is in fact the case out here at the Bernese Alps. Well done there, LS Subaru at Suzuka. Best of luck to you here in the Alps.
Boy.
There goes LS Subaru getting ready in the lobby. We've got the 14 drivers who competed there in race number 7 ready to go for us here in race number 8. And but before that, we'll have the 3 laps of qualifying, 1 standing start, 2 flying laps. If you're interested in participating in the Forza Spec Racing Series, this looks like fun. I assure you it is. As somebody who is normally just commentating these events and not ever behind the wheel, but for just this one season and one season only, I promise you, it is a lot of fun. All right, here we are out on the track, Bernese Alps. The qualifying session is going to get underway. We'll have this interval between drivers to allow us to have this staggered start so as not to have everybody piled on top of each other. Even though it is everybody qualifying at once because of the ghosted drivers, which does beautifully here in the virtual world of racing allow everybody to qualify simultaneously. Not being stacked on top of one another makes it easier to see into the corners. All right, here we go. The Bernese Alps Festival Circuit in reverse. It's looking a little wintry here. Cloudy skies, snow on the ground, evergreens showing through, but let's see here as we go on the downhill part. This is where we're going to, if any place, we're going to get airborne. It's going to be here in just a moment. There goes LS Subaru. And already it looks like I made a little bit of contact with the guardrail, but no dirty lap indicator at this point. So we'll charge on. And really this standing start for me is just going to be a, hey, let's get familiar with the track again. It's been a while since I have raced, much less out at the Alps. And now into this right-hander. Yes, we're going to have a lot of runoff area over here, so that once we get into the race and you're not necessarily worried about clean laps, if you do happen to run wide, you got plenty of room to bring it back out on the track before we hit the tunnel. Out of the tunnel through a little squirrely section here. You can keep it nice and straight. Left-hander. And we get ready to head uphill here at this right-hander. Sliding it out. That was interesting. Didn't expect that. All right, well, this is probably the least troublesome track for me on the Alps. So I guess I have that going for me. A clean lap for the moment, albeit a slow lap. Let's see what the, is this a drivable area here, or is that outside the track limits? I don't think it was. I think that is still a clean lap section. Now here we go to the final couple of corners. What are typically, or what is typically turn 1, here on this reverse is the last corner. Back toward the start-finish line. Going to keep it clean. That's good. At least one clean lap, a 2:08.7 here. Getting ready for lap number 2, the first flying lap out at the Alps. Into the long sweeping right-hander. Gonna make that charge down the hill. Let's see if we can't get this down below 2 minutes. See if we can do that much. Yep, there's the airborne. You hear the suspension crumbling under the pressure of the B600. Ooh, G-Wagon G65 here. Forza Motorsport 7. B-Class is kind of a middle of the line performance index. Not too high, not too low. Ooh, come on, keep it clean, keep it clean. Through the tunnel once again. Get the nice reverb here. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little bit less than ideal performance from Forza Motorsport 7. I'm not sure what the deal is. I don't know if it's lobby lag or if my computer is genuinely not happy right now with the settings. I would charge on. Okay, I'm running wide and it is still clean. So, okay. I know that for our third and final qualifying lap. Can go out there into the hashed section of the track and still be okay. Still be clean. Ooh, we're gonna slide. We're sliding. We're sliding. Sliding big time. A lot of understeer there into that final corner. Here comes Fear the Fun, and now across the line, definitely not below 2 minutes. As a matter of fact, our lead qualifying time right now, LS Subaru, not under 2 minutes either at 2:02. So let me see if I can't bring my lap time down a little bit. It would be nice. Would be nice not to finish or not to qualify beyond P10 for the first time here in season 53. Would be nice. I'll call that a victory, a small win here. A small W. As we get ready to head into our final race of the season, 1 week from tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on X Adventure. And my last race with the Forza Spec Racing Series before I go just back behind the mic, which is probably ideal for you all. I know it's more exciting when we can see all the action on the track and not just be looking off of the hood of my vehicle. I had to try it at least once, you know? Ooh, am I 4th overall? Chat, I have the 4th quickest qualifying time right now. Hold on to your butts. We're sending it up the hill. 2:06 right now. Slow motion fire with a 2:05.8. Now, of course, that might mean that the other drivers that are quicker, typically quicker than I, might have dirty laps. So we'll have to see what happens. It all hinges on this third and final lap for sure. But at least for right now, P4 in qualifying. Will it hold? Will it? Now I'm P5, so I've already dropped down 1 spot. Here comes Fear the Fun back behind me. Much better through the final corner here. Let's see if I can't get a quicker time than my last one. A 2:05.5. Still P5. Hold on. Hold the phone. It's not over. We'll see if that changes as everybody else comes across the line. It looks like Slow Motion Fire with a 2:05.6. A 2:05.9 there for Midnight Rider. Man, oh man. This is fun. This is fun. I'm Dustin Moore. You're watching me race. We'll come back to spectator mode in season 54. If you're interested in participating, head on over to reddit.com/r/FM4. After season 53, which is what we're running right now, concludes, our champion of season 53 will pick the vehicle for season 54. Then the admins, the folks who run the series here, will put together a build for the vehicle. Everybody uses the exact same upgrade components, and those components which are tunable can be tuned by you, the driver. The thing that helps keep it within spec are those upgrades, but then, of course, the lobby settings as well, in terms of the assists that are on or the assists that are off. If you're looking for a competitive, multiplayer, community-based league that is basically pick up and play, it doesn't matter how quick you are, how slow you are, or how in the middle of the field you are, like myself. It's just a matter of coming out here, finding a driver that you are most competitive with. Who is it that you match up nicely with, and see if you can't top them race after race. And perhaps from season to season, you'll continue to see yourself move up the field, move up in the overall leaderboard, and perhaps at some point you may become our FM4 champion. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the times here after everybody was able to finish their third and final qualifying time there. Audrex with a 2:03.6. I think that is good enough for P3, I believe. Just taking a quick look here. So that would be row number 2 for Audrex. Kuda at 2:07.3. 2:01 there for LS Subaru. That's going to be good enough for pole. So Subaru, who has been not only dropping a few races to Fear the Fun, but also top qualifying times, does snag the top time here in qualifying for race number 8. 203.8 there for Born as Ghost, 205.6 for Slow Motion Fire. By the way, Born as Ghost looks like gonna be on row number 2 there with Audrex. Midnight Rider at 205.9, 209.7 for Jode Sprocket. Yours truly, the Shadow Edge, 205.507, 205.2 there for Fear the Fun. Gonna be there in 4th position, just out in front of me. Actually, so no, it's gonna be lined up with me, I think. I don't know. We're gonna have to see here. I'm getting myself all confused with the times and where people are, but we'll see here in just a moment. 206.1 there for Modern Weapon. Patches Riley at 207. Hang on, it'll come back to us. 207.8 double lot there for Patches Riley. Skinny with a 206.3 and a 207.5 for DeBronham. Everybody, and I mean everybody, with a clean lap time. Golf clap. Well done, everyone. Neato, gang. Thanks for tuning in. I see we've got a little bit of an influx of viewership here at this point in the evening. We're getting ready for the 8th race, the penultimate race here in Season 53 out at the Bernese Alps Festival Circuit in reverse. I am a driver here in Season 53. This is not usually the case. I'm usually just flapping my gums, talking crap, telling y'all about how poorly or how excellent the other drivers. No, I'm kidding. Usually I'm pretty unbiased and just really calling the race as it is out on the track, seeing the race from different drivers' point of view, checking out the different matchups across the field. But here in Season 53, you're fixated on my hood, and that's just the way it is. But come Season 54, that all changes. We'll go back to spectator view, and we'll check it out. I just had to give it a go here. Before we go into the new Forza Motorsport title come October, I just had to be a participant here in FM4 at least once. Check it off the bucket list. Done did it. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, I'm not asking you to do it now. You don't have to commit now. But if you enjoy the content as we go along here, please do click the follow button. That's all I ask. We'll have a nice little pop-up at the bottom of the screen for you to observe or to acknowledge your followership, and then you'll be all set to find the channel easily moving forward. All right, Fear the Fun, or excuse me, Slow Motion Fire, telling us that we are ready to go racing. 14 drivers on the grid, and yes, I am P5. I'll be alongside Slow Motion Fire here in row number 3. How about that? How about that? Whoa! Wait a minute! Hold on! How'd that happen? All right, we're on the grid. Kick the tires, light the fires. Race number 8 of Season 53 here in the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon G65 is underway as our last opportunity to get points before the finale. 1 week from tonight out at the Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe into turn number 1. We've got cars up on the high line. It's going to be Modern Weapon into the back end of Slow Motion Fire, and it makes contact there with Midnight Rider. Modern Weapon is the car that I need to beat to stay hopefully in the top 5 on that overall leaderboard heading into the final race of the season. Now down the hill we go underneath the Xbox signage. Going to have a little bit of a right-hander, a very slight right-hander before we've got the left, and then a steep drop in elevation. Going to make contact with the wall. I hope I did not damage the vehicle. I don't think I did. That was relatively light. Now we're going to run wide with everybody else. There goes, we're a flock of seagulls. We just follow each other. Run it a little bit wide. Get ready for the entry into the tunnel. You got to be careful there as the guardrail jumps back out at you to funnel us into that tunnel section. There goes Modern Weapon, running a little bit high out of the corner, but able to keep it nice and composed. A little bit of contact with Midnight Rider once again. Those two already exchanging paint early and often here in lap number 1. A little bit of contact now here in the Dr. Pepper car. Slow Motion Fire looking slow up the hill. An opportunity to get around. A little bit of contact. Oh, and we're sandwiched. I'm like an Oreo. I'm the feeling. Oh, gosh. And who is that? That was DeBronham there in 10th position. Now with a little bit of contact on the backside of my bumper as we were sandwiched between Midnight Rider and Slow Motion Fire. Those two were able to escape unharmed. And now I've got some work to do. Going from P5 to P9. Yikes! Ooh. Okay, we're all right. Everything's okay. We've got no damage. Now we just got to do some work. Work. Come on, G. G65, let's go. Oh, wow. Somebody really up there on the high line, bringing it back down. That was quite fancy. Style points for whoever that was, but it has slowed them down as P6 closes in. That's P5 there that is quite off the pace as a result of the carousel fun there at turn number 1. That's going to be Born as Ghost. And now there goes Modern Weapon and Midnight Rider again making contact. Oh, and Midnight Rider! Oh my gosh! I'm able to avoid getting collected in that one, but Midnight Rider, Modern Weapon, hard into the wall on the outside. And I don't think the wall caused them any damage, but certainly the spin has slowed him up. And now up to P7 I go with DeBronham now up to 8th. And Slow Motion Fire 2.5 seconds out in front of me. They're in 6th. Working with Born as Ghost right now, who is in 5th. Let's see if we can't catch up here on the hill. Slow Motion Fire was slow last time up. Oh, boy. And now it looks like I'm going to be the slow one here. Coming out of the rubbish there on the outside on the entry to the incline. Yikes. Man, I gotta take advantage of these mistakes by the driver who's back behind me, but right now I'm just letting everybody back into the game here. Kuda93 now up to 8th position and gonna be knocking on the door here pretty quickly. Not sure who that is in P9, but now here we go into what would be turn number 1 if we were not taking this track in reverse, but instead it's our final corner here on the festival circuit in reverse. Yeah, Kuda93 closing in quickly with somebody there in tow. Whew, already pretty sweaty. We've only just begun lap number 3 of 15. Come on. Come on, bring it back down. Oh, contact into the wall, goes Slow Motion, or is that Modern, or excuse me, Born as Ghost? That's Born as Ghost who made contact with the wall. And now we're going to be vying for position here in just a moment, maybe, as long as I don't mess it up. I gotta clean this section up. Gotta clean that section up. Oh yeah, let's run it wide. I'm being a little bit too timid, a little bit too cautious there, when in reality we've got all of that room to work with here. Ooh, got to be careful there. The track changes camber ever so slightly there on the infield of that corner. And if you're not prepared for it, it can throw you off in the steering. If I'm not making sense, chat, just go with it. I'm trying to focus and somewhat commentate here. Come on. Stay on the track, stay on the track. What do you mean I'm liking those walls? I'm not up on the walls. All right, let's stay in 3rd. Yep, stay in 3rd all the way to the top. Okay. Why I didn't figure that out during qualifying, I don't know. But that's a good assessment of my gearing situation on the incline. Closing in on Born as Ghost. Man, I would love to be able to move up to P6 and have a shot at P5. Slow Motion Fire up there. Of course, that doesn't mean I will be able to hold on to it, as we saw there out at Suzuka a race ago, but I can at least try. You counted 5 times this lap on the walls? No. No. Your eyes are deceiving you. Yeah, stay in third pretty much all the way through the chicanes there until we get to the hill. Is that another, or is that a back marker? I can't tell if that is fourth position or if that is a back marker. I think that might be fourth. Hold on, chat. We're going for points here before the finale. 1 week from tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on X Adventure, we head out to Le Mans for 30 laps. No, it can't be 30. I don't know. We'll see. We'll take a look at the schedule here at the end of the race. There we go. Hunky down to the apex. Stay in third. Stay in third. Come up to the hill and just, there you go. Okay. He should have been able to have a much better run there, but you know, it wasn't the worst thing. Stay in third. Stay in third. Don't shift too early, or we lose so much ground here on that incline. I didn't know what to do with my gearing there. What do I do with my gearing? I never know what to do with my gearing. What am I doing? What is happening? Come on, get it together, Dustin. Seems like maybe I'm not the only one who doesn't like the Bernese Alps. I'm pretty surprised I'm this competitive right now. I'm quite surprised. My third gear goes for days. I just have to let it go for a bit. Use them rip'ems. Use them rip'ems. That's Audrex. Audrex has fallen back. Now to fifth position. I think I shifted too soon back there. But that's okay. Don't think about it too much. A little bit of contact. Borna's Ghost there on the rear left quarter panel of Audrex. Able to get around Borna's Ghost, at least for now. Actually, we're going to be side by side here through the sweeping right-hander. On the inside line is the Dr. Pepper car of yours truly, the Shadow Edge. The Shadow Edge is coming through the tunnel. There's no shadow in here until I emerge, and just like that, up to P6 for now. A little bit of contact here on Audrex. A lot of bit of contact. We'll go ahead and slow up. All right, well, I can only slow up for so long. I can only slow down for so long. Back up the hill. As a result, I have lost sight of Borna's Ghost. Yeah, Audrex just slid and slid. Coming out of the tunnel there, and while I did make a little bit of contact, I don't think I was necessarily flagrant in that. Just a bad situation there with Borna's Ghost, I think, having a little bit of contact as well. I don't know, you guys tell me. Oh, hello, wall. Oh, Audrex in the pit lane. I pit maneuvered him? I don't know about that. I think he was already kind of sideways and maybe slid out into my line, and sure, then we made contact. But I don't know. I can take a look back at it later on. I wonder if Audrex actually had damage though, because that contact right there that we had wouldn't have necessitated the pit stop. I wonder if Audrex already had sustained some damage, which resulted in him having a lot less control of the G-Wagon. You think I'm the bad guy there? Okay. I mean, if there's a car sliding up in front of me, there's not really much I can do about it. Maybe I was. I'm just really curious, though, if Audrex already had damage to the vehicle. The fact that Audrex had dropped back to P5 pretty quickly suggests to me that maybe had already incurred some damage, which made getting that G65 steered back around quite difficult. Because based on Audrex's performance this season, Audrex shouldn't have been back in P5. Stay in third, stay in third. I gotta try to catch up with Born as Ghost, but that's a pretty tall order here. Born as Ghost 9 seconds out ahead of me. So good luck with that. Yikes, that was terrible. With all that runoff space. I keep taking that corner like we're trying to get the clean qualifying lap. Oh my. When in reality, all I have to do is just extend the track a little bit. That's okay. They permit it here in F4 after you get off of the qualifying times or the qualifying session where you need to have that clean lap. In areas where extending the track doesn't necessarily gain you the greatest advantage, you can do that. Which just maybe helps with your entry in the next corner. There's a little bit of advantage there, but they do have some they do permit the drivers leeway. It is a beer league after all. No corner cutting, but sometimes you're going to run corners wide, like you're the NASCARs out at Coda or something. You know, it's just going to happen. There we go. That was much better through the last corner, albeit still slow across the line here for the beginning of lap number 8 of 15. Cuda 93 still in the rear view mirror there, and Born as Ghost now 11 seconds out in front of me. So yeah. Right now, it might just be a matter of defending position here in 6th. I am out in front of Modern Weapon, so that's good for me on that overall leaderboard point tally. Feeling really good through the S's there. Now back down the hill, I can full throttle it with high confidence at this point. I shouldn't have been so timid there during qualifying, but that's what happens when you don't practice. Coming into a race day without any practice. I have dropped back 1 spot from my qualifying position, so that is a negative right now. Would have been nice to at least finish where I qualified, but I acknowledge that there were faster drivers who just happened to have not a great qualifying session. Perhaps they had dirty qualifying laps till that 3rd one and then just tried to do their best to keep it between the lines and eke out a clean lap, even if it were slower. So I've given up a spot. Now it's just a matter of holding on. Concentrate. Concentrate. Just me, myself, and I at this point. The racing island. We'll see if Audrex is able to get back up here and maybe try to take this spot back. low bandwidth. Bull. Yeah, this we're getting good frame rate here. I think it was maybe that precipitation out at Suzuka that I didn't have my my settings set accordingly for a track that was going to have so much, you know, in way of reflections and mist and all that. Oh, very sloppy on the downhill. Very sloppy on the downhill here. Out in front of Kuda 93 right now by about 5.5 seconds. So any lapse of judgment here could send me back a spot. 12-second lead now Born as Ghost has over me in 5th position. Born as Ghost, quickness. But as we saw out at, gosh, what was it, Maple Valley? I just have to stay focused. You never know. I think it was Maple Valley where I was running in like P7 and the last lap, or last couple of laps, moved up 2 spots to P5. Been a very familiar spot for me here, about mid-pack. A little better than mid-pack here tonight with 14 drivers out on the track. Ooh, come on. Hold on to it. Jeez. Back down the hill here on lap number 10. 15. I heard some cars buzzing there in my right ear. Just shows how quick our lap. Well, I'm on the lead lap, but how quick our leaders are right now. 32 seconds ahead of me is LS Subaru. Is that ahead of? I think that's ahead of me, right? Not ahead of second. Time gap is with relation to my position, I think. Slow Motion Fire has now dropped back. Modern Weapon moving up to P4. So can I catch Slow? Slow Motion Fire right now 13 seconds out in front. So I've got a lot of work to do if that's going to be possible. Okay, that was a better line. Why I wasn't running that? Taking the inside coming up the hill, I'm not sure. And that was much better through there. This looks to be a back marker is what we've got going on here. Not Slow Motion Fire. Okay. Awkward. Oh, that's Skinny. We've got Skinny into pit lane now here at the beginning of lap 11. Actually, that's going to be Skinny's lap 10. Now 1 lap down here. Running their own race, though. Keeping with it. Oh, why did I shift? I keep doing this. I'm shifting down too soon and really losing the rip'ems when I do that. I keep those RPMs high through the S's there. Ooh. Just so inconsistent. Again, this is what happens with no practice. This is the no practice effect in play. Back through the tunnel. Slow Motion Fire, despite getting passed by Born as Ghost, still running quick. 14 seconds now ahead. So Slow Motion Fire has gained a couple of seconds on me since the last time up the hill. And then another back marker coming up here. Gonna be Jode Sprocket. Yep, Jode Sprocket there in 13th of 14, back in, or at least for the first time, perhaps the first time, in the pit lane. All right, come on. 4 laps remaining here in this 15-lap race. This is lonely. When I talk about those, when I talk about the racing island that typically we see the likes of Audrex on, I think Cuda93 rather often is on that racing island. This is exactly what I mean. You know there are other cars out there, you just don't see them. Sometimes we hear them, sometimes we pass one, but that's a back marker. So it's just a matter of keeping up with the consistency here. Now up 7 seconds on Cuda93. So fortunately not giving up any ground, but not really gaining any ground either. Not gaining ground. LS Subaru currently our race leader. Now no longer 32 seconds out in front of me, but 38. Over half a minute up in front. Okay, yeah, that's the path I should be taking here. I don't know why I was taking such a wide line there during qualifying. Not that it really mattered. I did qualify P5, but yeah, where I qualified wasn't indicative of where I would finish because my lap after lap consistency is lacking. Through the S's. I like going through those S's in the opposite direction. Particularly in a you know, more sporty vehicle. It can be really satisfying going through those as straight as you can. T65 just not really game for that. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, see, those are the little mistakes that I can't have. Fortunately for me, Cuda93 now showing almost 9 seconds behind me. Really going to be interesting to see if Audrex creeps back into the picture here. The pace that Audrex has, I wouldn't be surprised. Slow Motion Fire now 15 seconds out ahead. So yeah, I think we're just playing defense here, and fortunately not having to play true defense. Gosh. Ugh. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Yeah, those S's aren't so bad in a B class. Having not raced here in Forza Motorsport 7 in quite some time, I thought those chicanes were going to be a lot tighter and a lot come at you a lot quicker than they really do here in the B600 G65. You got time to think. For better or for worse, back through the tunnel here. Lap number 14. Next time by, the flag stand will be the white flag. Slow motion fire, 17 seconds now in front. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's clearly an area here on the track where I am just losing so much time. So much time being lost. Hold on, tires. Still plenty of grip in the tires. Tire degradation and fuel has not been an issue. It should change for us out at Le Mans 1 week from tonight for the finale, race number 9 here of season 53. I do believe at least a pit stop is going to be necessary, which makes things interesting. Add a little bit of pit strategy to the event. Across the line, white flag drops here on this 15-lap race out at the Bernese Alps Festival Circuit in reverse. Pretty exciting about 10 laps ago. Now it's just been riding solo. Me, myself, and I. Whee! Little airborne. Kind of sketchy on the exit. Through the tunnel for the final time. Whoop! Careful. Look out. Outer wall. Boink. A bit of sparks. Yeah, I think the problem there on that turn, that right-hander, is I am hunkered down on the inside way too early. Not giving myself a chance to kind of flatten out the corner and hit the apex. Ooh, running up wide now here. Well, fortunately for me, just a couple of corners left and 12 seconds out ahead of P7. P6 is where I'm going to finish. LS Subaru goes back-to-back here in week number 4. Both out at Suzuka in the rain, and now here under the clouds at Bernese Alps. Well, could have been much worse, chat. I'll take the P6 finish. Where are they? Where are they at? Slow motion fire just, man, getting up to at least 17 seconds, perhaps even more on me there. And that one, LS Subaru. Oh, I forgot to do the thing here. It looks like LS Subaru is going to be our race winner with Enraged Barney in second, Fear the Fun in third, Born as Ghost in fourth, Modern Weapon in fifth. Well, that doesn't make sense. Did I read an extra name? Oh, Modern Weapon in 12th. I didn't notice the position. I'm sorry, you guys can't even see. Modern Weapon finishing at the back of the pack, having apparently not a good race here. Really, the most dramatic thing in me for this one was the three-way battle that Audrex, myself, and Midnight Rider were having before the exit of the tunnel there on lap, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe lap 5 or 6. Getting into the back rear right quarter panel of, or the rear right bumper portion of Audrex's G65, which slowed him up a little bit. I think slid up. I don't know. We'll have to take a look. Perhaps I'm at fault. Perhaps it was just a racing incident. I'm really trying to remember all the way back to that point, but either way, just an unfortunate circumstance. I slowed up and waited for a little bit, but then it was just too long before Audrex was able to get the vehicle turned back around. I am curious if maybe Audrex had a little bit of damage already, which is what set him back so far, because really Audrex had the pace to be not even within view, would have been just way up in front. So maybe Audrex had some existing damage, which made it difficult for him to get control of the G65 as we exited the tunnel and made some contact there. Who knows? Either way, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. I promise you're not going to miss anything. When we come back, we'll talk to drivers in the driver's spotlight as we normally do. We'll take a look ahead at week number 5, the finale, and how things are shaping up for that. And then I'll just give you all an update in terms of what to expect here on X Adventure over the next week and a half, with the schedule changing up a little bit. So you're watching the Forza Spec Racing Series. Week number 4 has come to a conclusion here in Season 53. We'll talk about week number 5 here in just a bit. I'm Dustin Moore, X Adventure live on Twitch. I'll be right back. And welcome back to X Adventure here live on Twitch TV. I'm Dustin Moore, and we have finished the 8th race of 9 here in season 53, featuring the Mercedes-Benz G65, the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, and yours truly finishing in P6. We've got LS Subaru, who now joins us here in the driver's spotlight, going back-to-back here in week number 4. Subaru, great turnaround after week 3, in which Fear the Fun picked up both the wins. You're able to replicate that, but for yourself here in week number 4, out at Suzuka and now at the Bernese Alps. How was the race for you?
Good. Pretty well. It was almost straightforward for the most part, but there were a couple occasions where Fear was challenging for the lead of the race. But I was able to hold it off for the large majority of it, though I did have Barney challenging me as well, or at least he was quite close to me in the latter stages of the race. But like I said, I just managed to hold on to it.
I gotta say that of all the circuits we could have raced there at Bernese Alps, I'm now reminded that the festival circuit, whether it's in the regular direction or in the reverse direction, is probably the least troublesome for me. Did you quite like it? You're taking the chicanes that are normally on the back half of the circuit, coming up toward the start finish line, are now at the early part of the track, and you carry that speed in a downhill section before you take the big right hander around the lake. Was that pretty favorable to your driving style?
I mean, I just like any track that has you getting some airtime is always a fun one for me. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, I think this track is it's fun for like time trials or like if you're by yourself
Oh.
because it's a very momentum based circuit, so it's very satisfying if you get all the corners right. Um, but yeah, I mean, I had fun around this circuit. Yeah, no complaints from me really.
Yeah, I was actually pretty pleased with the fact that I was able to be speedy around the track without too many incidents. I did find myself into the wall a couple times. I know Penguin was taking count or tracking the number on just one singular lap. Thank you, Penguin. I appreciate that. But all in all, pretty decent race for myself. Now we change things up, from the shorter circuits to now the sprawling Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe for race number 9 1 week from tonight. I'll have to see what the point total is going into that final race. I'm guessing that you're in a really good position. You had a decent lead over Audrex and Fear the Fun coming into week number 4, but how much are you looking forward to the flatness that is the Circuit de la Sarthe here for the finale?
Well, if it wasn't enough that we had to do the Toro 24 Hours of Le Mans, now we have to do another 90 minutes of it in a G-Wagon.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
yay!
Well, at least it should be a change of pace in terms of the vehicle by a large margin. What was your team racing there with Toro over the weekend at Le Mans?
Well, I mean, you're definitely right, and it's going to be a change of pace. Going from an LMPC or an LMP2 race car down to a G-Wagon is
Yeah.
quite a large jump in pace.
You'll just be like waiting and waiting for those chicanes on the back straight. You'll be like, man, I swear these came a lot quicker a few days ago.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you're not practicing here in season 53, what does that mean for your strategy? Is it just a pitch strategy? Is it just, hey, once the fuel is run out, I'm going in, or do you have, I don't know what other approach there might be, but what is your strategy, knowing that you can't practice for, or at least you shouldn't be practicing for this final event?
Yeah, pretty much that. Just drive the car until I don't have enough fuel to complete a lap and then jump into the pits.
Okay.
and get a refill, and then rinse and repeat until the race is over.
Because you are trying to use just one single tune here in season 53, how does your final gear look for the back straightaway at what would have been the Mulsanne straight, but now with the chicanes?
I mean, it was fine at Indianapolis at the Brickyard
Oh, that's
Oval,
true.
so I don't think it'll. I think it'll be fine at Le Mans.
You had the Brickyard there at Indy in week number 1, but then also the Nürburgring, the long straightaway there at the Nordschleife there in week number 3. So, yep, you're absolutely correct. If it worked there, it should be fine at Le Mans. So, good job there, LS Subaru, getting both victories here tonight. Probably sets you up for what would it be now at this point? I've lost count. The 12th straight championship. Is that correct?
Something like that.
Who's counting? Who's counting? All right, Subaru, great chatting
Who's
with
counting?
you.
But who's counting? But more importantly, who cares?
Yeah, well, that's true too. It's a beer league. Come out here and have fun. Whether you finish last for 10 consecutive seasons or you finish first, as long as you're having fun, that's really what matters. Any shout outs tonight?
Same people, team, slow for livery, and people who make series.
People who make the series, but what about Fear the Fun, who's kept it somewhat competitive for you here in season 53?
He's part of people who make series.
No special shout out, just part of the group of organizers. I see.
Yep.
All right, Subaru, great job here tonight, and we'll see you. Well, hold on. Let me not assume. Guessing that your championship point tally has you in position to win the championship, will you be at Le Mans?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's always fun to be doing FM4 races, so why not show up?
Gotcha. I shouldn't have guessed and thought maybe, okay, well, if you did the Torah event this past weekend, maybe you don't want to do another stint of Le Mans, but you'll be there. Awesome. Well, we'll see you then, 1 week from tonight.
Bye!
Bye! All right. LS Subaru getting both the wins here, and yeah, should be in position to have the championship locked up here for season 53. Slow Motion Fire now joining me in the driver's spotlight. Slow Motion Fire, you were in front of me only by virtue of the leaderboard in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, but you were anywhere from, I think, 12 seconds at one point to maybe as high as 17, maybe even 19 seconds. You were just screaming around the Alps here, finishing in P5.
Yeah, I was trying to keep up with Bourne there. He managed to gain a lot of time on me, and then we had a battle for a little bit, and then he sailed away from me. So I had my sights set on him for a good portion of that race.
Yeah, I guess I was maybe a bit optimistic having qualified P5 that I would be able to be somewhere around there, but I was just so my gearing was just so off. I wasn't shifting at the same time consistently lap after lap and shifting too early at many points, and was just watching the split between me and Bourne, and then eventually you and I grow lap after lap. So it was pretty frustrating there. I have to ask you, because being that my participation here in season 53 / commentating as I can doesn't have me in the main lobby on Discord with you all, was Audrex cursing my name there on lap, looks like lap 5, after he, myself, and Midnight Rider had a little bit of contact coming out of the tunnel?
You'd have to look in the Discord chat because Audrex doesn't speak.
Audrex
So
doesn't speak.
if he was cursing your name, we weren't hearing it.
Audrex, very quiet, just doing his due diligence in being in the lobby, in the Discord lobby, as expected by drivers. But as I scroll through the general conversation, not really, not calling me out. But maybe that's to come. Maybe he's just waiting for me to stop talking when he knows he might have my attention. So I don't know. We'll see. I've got the the video on my screen. We'll take a look at it here in just a second, and all the people in the chat here can adjudicate and tell me how wrong I was in that moment. But man, pretty competitive stint there for a little bit until about lap 6 when you guys just disappeared. You guys were out there. So this means going into the finale here, you'll still have a pretty significant advantage over me in that final race. But I suppose with that race counting double the points, if I'm able to turn things around, it could still be pretty neck and neck here for you and I on the championship point tally when everything's said and done after race 9.
Yeah, it'll definitely come down to which one of us finishes better at Le Mans.
Not only finishes better, but then hopefully, for my sake, if I have any chance of leapfrogging you on the leaderboard, that you're not just behind me, but several positions behind me.
You can dream, Dustin. You can dream.
It's pretty humbling. And this is where I think I take this experience, my participation in FM4, and throw the challenge out to the viewers here who are not racing in FM4 or haven't raced yet in FM4. It's kind of humbling to be like, man, it looks fairly easy, especially when I'm spectating and I can just move the camera around and we see the best of everybody and then the worst of everybody and make assumptions there. But until you get out here, especially behind the wheel of something like a G-Wagon, whenever the seasons bring about a unique car like this, that man, it's like, geez, just when I thought I was decent, I'm seeing now where I have lots of room for improvement.
Well, you've been running pretty quick this season. You've been mid-pack. You haven't been slow. You were flying out there at Suzuka once the track got really wet. That was about all I could do to keep you behind me there for that portion of the race. You had me sweating.
I think my gearing, my final gear, the way I have things set up, in the wet had allowed me to keep traction during acceleration, but when the track is dry, when I shift up to 4th gear, I just bog down. So maybe that's what it was, is that I was able to keep the rubber on the road and not spinning in the rain. But being that that's just one race of the season, all the other ones, my final gearing right now is proving problematic. Maybe my luck will change out at Le Mans. We'll see. How excited are you to have a track
race
like
from the two tonight?
Oh, what's that?
I said, yeah, Le Mans is an entirely different race than the two we had tonight. So,
yeah, we talked about this in, I think, week number 2. You said how Le Mans hasn't been a finale in FM4 for quite some time. So now that you have a chance to make use of that track as big as it is, as long-winded as it is per lap, are you looking forward to that one, or would you have much rather had a finale on a shorter circuit?
I prefer some of the shorter circuits just because it keeps everybody grouped up.
Yeah.
You know, you mix it up, you keep it interesting, and then you remember why you prefer the shorter circuits.
Yeah.
So this should be a fun one. This car, we just ran some practice here, and I think we're going to see people trying to stay grouped up to get advantage of that draft when possible down the back straight. So I think you'll see maybe pairs of 2 is the most people get spread apart.
Yeah. I got to find a way to lasso you in. I can't lose sight of you. If anybody's going to be my group of 2, I guess it would be part of my group of 2 would be you, or if you're too far ahead, maybe Modern. Modern struggled though today. A little bit of a hard time for Modern here in week 4.
Yeah, he got him and Midnight got up there at Bernice Alps, and that's what pushed them back because they were both quick in qualifying, and Midnight was quick through that first half of the race until I think Modern had to pit, and I don't remember if Midnight did or not.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the pits what pit strategy looks like here in week 9 when it's I think it's needed. I haven't been paying attention to the fuel gauge here on the G65, but something tells me 20 laps around the Le Mans, you're going to have to stop at least once. That's what we normally see here in FM4. It's got to be true, right?
Well, in the half hour around Bernice Alps here, people were saying they're about 20-some% fuel. I don't know where the final finish was.
Okay.
So I would anticipate a similar fuel burn
Yeah.
rate at Le Mans as
Okay.
around Bernice Alps. So
Got it. Yeah. We'll see. I should have been paying attention to that. All the things that I suspect drivers do when they're a part of the community league, I just completely blow off, which is part of my problem. Practice, paying attention to fuel for the race when it matters, and making adjustments to my tune, or all things that I've just been like, whatever. Not good.
that's usually why I run that hour-long practice before we go racing, because that's about the only practice I get in every week. So
The last couple of weeks, I've said, yeah, maybe I'll do some practice for next week. Maybe I'll do some practice for our finale. We'll see here. Slow motion fire, well done here tonight. Finishing in front of me, so that keeps your advantage in the battle that you and I. It's not really a battle. You've got me pretty good here at this point, but well done here tonight, and we'll see how things pan out for the finale here 1 week from this evening.
yeah, I think the closest battle in the championship points is probably going to be between Fear and Audrex
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm guessing
They've
this
been
is a drop
exchanging
week
points
for
there.
Audrex here. Is what's going to happen here in week 4.
Yeah, probably, because he
Yeah.
had, I don't remember his week 1. Did he pick up a win week 1? So yeah, this will probably
Yeah, I think
be his
so.
drop week.
Finishing 9th here at Bernie's, I think, is the differentiator there. No matter he finished first or second or third there in week 1, 9th place will be the drop week here in week 4. Okay. Any shout outs, Slow Motion Fire, tonight?
Yeah, just shout out to everybody watching the broadcast. It's great to have people here enjoying the
Yeah.
show, and shout out to all the drivers who show up every week to race with us. We wouldn't have a league without them, so it's great to see great to see people still showing up for this after all these years, and old game and new game on the horizon. So we're hoping next season we're going to do a farewell tribute to all the tracks
Okay.
that are leaving the game. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to head over to our Discord and our Reddit and check that out and get signed up.
Yep. Reddit.com/r/FM4. The link is there for you in the chat. Go check it out. Even if you're just curious about being a part of Season 54, go in there, say hello, let everybody know who you are, what your gamer tag is, and once the vehicle is announced for Season 54 by our Season 53 champion, or is picked by our Season 53 champion and announced by the FM4 crew, then of course at that point you can decide whether or not you want to give it a go. But I definitely highly encourage you to give it a shot, even if you know you're a little bit rusty here in FM7. I know it's the game has just seemingly been around forever now at this point, but it is a good opportunity to race with the FM4 crew here for Season 54 and get yourself ready, because the physics, although Turn 10 is telling us that they're advancing the physics, there should be a semblance of familiarity from what we'll experience in that game to what we've currently got in Forza Motorsport 7. So no better time for you to kind of get back behind the sticks, give it a go, and figure out who you could compete closely with and carry that on into the new Forza Motorsport title later on here in the fall. All right, Slow, thanks for letting me be a part of the fun here. I'm definitely looking forward to Le Mans. And I hope maybe I can best you for at least one race. We shall see.
All right. Well, I'm not going to make it easy for you next week.
I don't expect you to. We'll see you then.
We'll catch you later.
All right. Let's go ahead. All right. I'm not above shaming myself, but let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Oh gosh, this is going to be awkward. So there's me and then there's me. Well, hold on. I can do this. So that we don't have to see myself twice. There we go. Take myself off. All right, so let's go ahead and advance this here. Lap number 5. And actually, this is already past the point. So hold on. Let me go back a little bit here. Let's go to the early stages of lap number 5. And at this point, hold on. Let's go back a little bit further. Where are we at here? Oh, this is lap number 4. Hold on. I've gone too far back. Let's go to the beginning of lap 5, which should be somewhere around... Well, actually, you know what? Let's start on the back end of lap 4 here. As we come around this left hand or getting ready to go to the uphill. At this point, you can see Born as Ghost out in front of me in P6. And then out in front of Born as Ghost, that would be Slow Motion Fire in 5th and Audrex in 4th. Now, it's important to note that Audrex is in the picture here because, again, I think there might have been something that happened to Audrex that resulted in some damage to that vehicle, because Audrex definitely looks off the pace at this point. In fact, Slow Motion Fire here in just a moment is going to be able to get around Audrex as we come around this final right-hander toward the start-finish line. We'll see Slow Motion Fire sizing up Audrex into turn number 1. In fact, it looks like Slow Motion Fire going to go side by side here and even get in front of Audrex. So that tells me already that Audrex has something wrong with that G65. In fact, even comes into the below the yellow line and I believe makes contact there. And now as we go through the S's, Born as Ghost just unable to get around. But I think Audrex nursing that vehicle a little bit. Now here comes Audrex looking to make a pass, thinking, okay, I've got better pace. Let me go to the inside, a little bit of contact there in the left-hander. And as a result, Born as Ghost falls back slightly. I'm trying to go to the inside here of Born as Ghost. I thought it was Midnight Rider, but I'm corrected now as we see the replay here. Born as Ghost, myself, Audrex. Born as Ghost goes to the inside. Now here comes Audrex, who goes to the outside, gets on the brakes, and I make contact. So definitely appears to be it's definitely a mistake. I will tell you that much. Where Audrex was quicker on the brakes than I was. I wasn't able to adjust accordingly, and as such, I get into the back of Audrex. We can even slow this down a little bit here. I don't know why the speed is 1.25. We're why aren't we on normal speed? We go half speed here. You can see what's going on there, T-Phrase. Yeah, the G-Wagon. So here we are at half speed. And Audrex gets on the brakes. I am slow to react. I don't know that I could have reacted in time. It was pretty quick. I certainly expected Audrex to be on the brakes a bit later, which is possibly a bad assessment here. But do take note, I think Audrex has something wrong because the rate at which I'm catching Audrex here is unusual. And then into the back end of Audrex I go. At this point, I'm trying to slow down and yet at the same time stay within the corner and make contact with Audrex. I'm sitting here waiting. And at this point, I see CUDA 93 coming around the corner. So rather than just being a sitting duck in the corner, I'm going ahead and accelerating there. And I'm thinking, okay, well, CUDA and Audrex should be able to get around me, but that isn't the case. In fact, CUDA doesn't get around me. Neither does Audrex. In fact, Audrex is still way back there. Audrex shouldn't have incurred any damage here with this contact. It would simply just be a spin. Slow Motion Fire say, I'd say you're a little late on the brakes, at least for my braking point. It looks like it's right after the guardrail comes out here, juts out, that's where Audrex, yeah, right as the guardrail comes out, that's where Audrex gets on the brake, and I make contact, and if I'd stayed out on the outside, I wouldn't have hit him right here. Ugh. And so what's happening there is I'm letting off the brakes, and I think my car bumps him, or I blip the throttle a little bit. We'll take a look here on the bottom right. With the instrument cluster will show me what the situation is with my braking and with my throttle. I was thinking Audrex would be able to get the G-Wagon turned around fairly quickly, but that was not the case. So there we are. We see the blue line, which indicates that I'm full throttle. Of course, that makes sense based on where we're at on the track. I'm actually off the... So you see there, I'm actually off the throttle as I approach Audrex. I acknowledge that I'm closing in on Audrex pretty quickly. Full throttle here. And then I'm like, oh, I'm closing in on him quickly. You can kind of see it in my face. But I'm off the throttle entirely right here. So I'm just rolling forward. I've just got my forward momentum. And I don't even get on the throttle again. So I'm just waiting for the braking point. And it's right, probably another second here. Not even that. Actually, you see there, I'm on the brakes. At this point, before Audrex even hits the brakes, I'm starting to apply some braking. I let off again. You see a little sliver, a little pixel of red there. And now I'm heavy on the brake as, and of course you could see on my face there, I'm like, oh crap, this is not going to go well. I'm hard on the brake. Audrex is now fully on the brake, and I continue on the brake, and of course my face is like, ah! And contact had there, even though I'm still on the brake. Still on the brake. I let off because I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be able to get around him here after that contact, but then I'm like, well, I better slow up here and allow Audrex to have the position. So I'm slowing up. Well, I'm not even slowing up. I'm just letting the car go. And now I'm on the brakes. Ugh, and actually get on the throttle. It looks like, and so that was probably another mental lapse there on my part, is that I was braking and because what I did was I was full throttle, or I was full brake and full throttle, because I'm just waiting for Audrex to go. And as soon as Audrex is out of the way, I will release the brake and allow my G-Wagon to just go. And so you can see here, this is a lot of analyzing of my situation, but full brake, applying the brake. Now I'm full throttle, because at this point I'm thinking, okay, as soon as Audrex gets ready to move, or as soon as Audrex moves, I will release my brakes and I'll just go. Doesn't happen. Now I'm just on the brake. I'm thinking, okay, at some point he's got to go. He's got to go. I let go, and then I try to time it. I obviously time it too soon. Into him again. Now I'm on the brake because I'm like, well, he didn't leave, so I'm going to chill, but didn't get a chance to chill. And now I'm like, all right, I'm going. I'm out of here. So, I don't know. Amateur rookie mistake, obviously. Didn't mean to get into the back end of Audrex here. So Much Inspire says, seems to me like you checked up for Audrex because he was slower, and that threw you off your rhythm, which caused you to miss your braking. Very well could have. It could have been that, plus the fact that he's right in front of me, so I'm not seeing the entry to the corner like I normally would. I'm off the throttle, and now I'm like, he's I'm closing in quickly. And actually, you know what? I know we're analyzing this to the nth degree here, but you know what? I don't think I even spun Audrex. I think what happened is I made contact with Audrex, but then I believe Born as Ghost might have gotten him on the driver's side. I mean, it's hard to tell. Obviously, I don't have another viewpoint to assess this from, but it looks like hold on. Let's even slow this down even further. We don't have to hyper-analyze this, but I obviously am, just for the sake of trying to learn. I think it's important to learn from incidents like these. So I'm slowing down. Now I'm applying the brake, make contact. So now I contact Audrex here, but notice the car is still moving forward, and then watch here in a second. His car starts to rotate to the left here, which makes me wonder if possibly, I'm not saying that's what happened, but possibly Borna's ghost might have collected him on the other side, not on the bumper, but rather on the side. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I can't tell from this angle. But either way, the lesson that I learned here is that, on the straightaway like this, I've got to be a little bit less aggressive. I can't treat the corner like my normal approach because I have a driver in front of me, a driver whose vehicle apparently, just based on Audrex's pace here on the back end of lap number 4, Audrex should be well in front of me. So probably nursing a damaged vehicle. I have to know, as somebody who's quickly closing the gap here, that there's probably something wrong with that car, and I can't just assume he's going to go into that corner as aggressive as I am, because here I am closing that gap. We're at a quarter speed here. Braking, contact. He goes straight for a bit and then gets sideways. And off he goes. We'll just watch it one more time here in full speed. But that's my takeaway, is I just have to be more mindful. I just have to be more mindful that Audrex is a fast dude. And if I'm closing in on him, I have to take that information and apply the fact that there's something wrong with the vehicle, and I'm going to have to ease up. I think my braking in that corner was pretty consistent, but not every lap did I have somebody right in front of me. So you can't just take the corner like you normally do. You have to take the corner based on the traffic around you. So my apologies to Audrex, if they're watching. Definitely no ill intent here. I was definitely trying to regain position after I lost 2 spots here, after having qualified P5, and now through the tunnel, I'm just gunning it, letting off, brake, contact. Slide. Now I'm braking and accelerating, waiting for Audrex to move. Doesn't happen. I let off the brake too soon in trying to time it and make contact. Oh. Rough. Again, my apologies to Audrex. No ill intent at all. Just a little bit too excited, I guess, there. Probably. All right, T-Frey says, I would like to make an announcement. I will officially return to the series when Forza Motorsport comes out. The big time tooth guy will make an appearance. If there is not a Colgate livery on that car for the first race of the new Forza Motorsport title, then I will be disappointed. Let's see here. Soul Motion Fire says, this car is hard to see around. You have to keep more space than you normally would. It's caught me out several times this season. Yep. To think the series is still going after nearly 5 years. Nearly 5 years? After nearly 5 years? Do you know when this season started, T-Phrase? You of all people should know when this league started. Not this season. When this league started. It's been way more than 5 years. Nearly 5 years? Try like right around 10. Oh, you. Okay, when you joined back in season 27. Got it. Well, good to know. T-Phrase will be back on the track for, I guess, what should be season 55. Season 54 on Forza Motorsport 7. If everything goes then the way that we're expecting, then that would be season 55. T-Phrase would be showing up. Not counting FM4, 5, and 6. Yeah. Yeah, my last call to drivers, prospective drivers, be a part of the action. I will be stepping back from the controller come season 54. I'll be purely spectating, commentating, giving our viewers all the action from the front of the pack to the back, from green to checkered. So whether you look to participate moving forward or whether you want to continue to be a viewer, hope to have you around for quite some time. That was fun today. That was fun. And I'm mildly agreeable to my finish. I just wish they were much better. I wish I was closer to Slow Motion Fire on the points tally, the championship point tally. We'll take a look at what those overall standings look like heading into the finale. 1 week from tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on X Adventure. We head out to Le Mans, the modern day circuit. So with the chicane, not just the straight blow through the Mulsanne straight. We will have the 2 chicanes back there. And we'll be wrestling the G65 all the way around, or at least I will be. You needed to have the rain start sooner at Suzuka. We never got the medium rain in the middle. Yeah, no, I liked my pace out at Suzuka. I really did. And if I wouldn't have made that mistake, I would have had at least a finish in front of you there. But just got a little too antsy in the pantsy there the last couple of laps, unless you get back on by. If I had one more lap, it would have been interesting. Would have been interesting with one more lap. All right, folks. I will not be live on Friday. I will not be live on Sunday. Got other things going on here that has me away. This happens a couple of times throughout the year, so my apologies to anybody who is like, oh my gosh, what? No Friday stream, no Sunday stream. I'm sure there's nobody out there thinking that. Next broadcast will be a week from tonight with the Forza Spec Racing Series finale. And then the next stream after that will be on August the 4th, a Friday. It will not be the longer Friday stream, although it normally would be because it is that Friday in which I don't have work. But instead it'll be the shorter Friday stream. We will be jumping into American Truck Simulator because the state of Oklahoma will be released on August 1st. So Forza Spec Racing Series 1 week from tonight. Not this coming Friday, but the following Friday, American Truck Simulator going to Oklahoma, and we will actually double it up that weekend. That Sunday stream, August the 6th, will also be American Truck Simulator. And then for those of you who are thinking, man, we've seen a lot of ATS as of late, don't worry. We'll have those two, that Friday and that Sunday stream, and then we'll take a break from ATS for a little bit. I'm not sure what that following Friday will have. But then August the 13th, we return to SnowRunner. We'll have a couple of SnowRunner streams there on the 13th and the 20th. Let's hear it for Fear's graphics card, the true champion. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Fear the Fun was able to stay in both the races, even though Fear suggested that these tracks would give his card some trouble. A little fishy there, Fear the Fun. A little fishy. All right, I've dragged on this, gosh, what has it been, like 40 minutes of post-race? Of course, it was looking back at the incident there at Bernese Alps. That's what did it. All right, that does it for me tonight. Like I said, I gave you the rundown of the stream upcoming events, but if you didn't follow what I was saying, or at some point in the future you want to check it out, there you go. There's the link to the schedule. I keep it up to date as quickly as I can. So really, that's the best place to keep up to date. Yeah, no quali next week. That is true. So, which unfortunately for me means that I'm pretty much starting where I have started all this season. Not too far up in the front, but rather far in the back. I should be 5th from the back. Ugh. Of course. All right, y'all. Have a lovely week. Be happy, be healthy, be kind to one another. Hope to catch you next Tuesday for the finale. It's going to be a fun one. Be there or be square. You know. Until then, take care. Adios. Peace.